Evening. It's Sam, aka Batman, coming to you from Georgetown, Texas. It is Thursday evening, February 29th, the last day of February. The countdown now begins. I have exactly 10 days before I take off from Austin for Atlanta, and another day, 12 days in total, 11 days in total, before I actually start hiking north from Springer. Starting to finalize all my equipment. There is the possibility that my takeoff date might be delayed by a week. I've had some issues that came up last week. Robin and I were involved in a hit and run. Somebody sideswiped us, did a major job on the passenger side, front door and rear door, and then took off. So I've got to file the insurance claim, and I've got to process. We've got an appointment to bring the car on Monday, and I'm hoping that it will be done before the end of the week because I do not want to leave Robin alone without a vehicle. That being said, I'm starting to process everything. I'm going to be packing up my equipment soon. I'm going to start my resupply boxes next week. I'm doing 17 of them. And hopefully we'll get it done. What I wanted to talk to you tonight about my Ditty bag. My Ditty bag is a bag that contains a lot of the smaller items, my electronics, first aid, repair, medications, personal hygiene. The first thing I wanted to talk about was my first aid materials. First, in one of my waistband pockets, waist belt pockets, I will carry, this is called quick clot. In the military, we call them battle dressings. They really come in handy if you ever encounter a situation where there's a deep wound with substantial bleeding. It actually happened to Robin in 22. When we were on the trail. I think it was Laurel Falls we were hiking out of. She slipped and fell and did a pretty nasty gash on one of her legs, and this was able to curb the bleeding, and we were able to get bandaged up, and she was on her way the next day. So that goes in my waist belt pocket. Also in that pocket are a couple of Band-Aids, some wet wipes, sanitary wipes, and a pair of sanitary gloves. In my main first aid kit, I've got a pair of scissors, small pair of scissors. This might get replaced. I actually have a much lighter pair somewheres, and but I just have to locate it. What I have are some ointments. I've got some bite and sting relief wipe. Once you get bit by an insect, it helps take away the pain. I've got some antiseptic ointment, and I have some Vaseline petroleum jelly. That's good for burns. You spread that on a burn, you put a non-stick pad over it, you hold it down with one of these self-stick ribbons, and you're good to go. I have a blister kit, both to prevent blisters in the first point. That's what's called rocket tape. And then once if a blister should occur, you pop it, drain it, clean it out with some antiseptic. These are by KT Performance, the same people who make KT tape. It's got a gel on it, and it avoids the necessity for moleskin. This sticks a lot better than moleskin, which has a tendency to come off when it's wet. What you can do to be really sure that it's going to stick is you stick this on, and then you take either some rock tape or some rigger or duct tape and hold it on. I've got a tick remover, some safety pins, small tweezers, a needle for popping the blister. Then I've got an assortment of Band-Aids, a few Band-Aids. I carry a lot of finger Band-Aids because that's where I tend to have my most difficult issue, is with cuts on my finger. So that's what goes in my first aid kit. Next thing up is my repair kit. My repair kit has some rubber bands, hair ties, some safety pins, heavy-duty thread, and a needle for sewing. It's got some gear tape and some duct tape, a small roll of duct tape, or what I call rigger's tape, because it used to be used by parachute riggers to patch holes in parachutes. And then I've got some Gorilla Glue. So that is in my repair kit. Most of the Ditty bag is going to go in the pack down below your food bag. Your first aid kit and your repair kit, I strongly suggest you keep outside your pack, either in a waist belt pocket, in a fanny pack, or in one of the pockets of your pack. You want to be able to get to those two items without digging through your pack. Next thing up is medications. These are not the medications that I have to take because my doctor says so, but these are things like pain relievers, Imodium, some antacid pills, a couple of laxative, and there are one or two others that I carry. Next up are my hygiene items. I've got a small thing of Body Glide. I've got some, these are for when you brush your teeth, cleaning, aiding in flossing. I've got a tube of toothpaste. I've got a Body Glide for the feet. What I recommend to you, and this, I have not had a blister in years. Every night what I do is I clean my feet off, and the next morning I air out my socks. Next morning I will take this and spread it all over my feet, particularly in the areas that are going to rub together, the heel, the sides of the toes, underneath the ball of your feet. And I can guarantee you, or almost guarantee you, that you won't get any blisters. I've got a toothbrush, an oversized nail clip for toenails, a pair of earplugs in case you're staying in a hostel or a shelter, and some dental floss. So that's it in my personal hygienes. You'll notice there is no deodorant, there's no comb. I'm going to get my hair cut short enough. I just, my hair anyway doesn't really matter. It's going to go where it wants to go. Next thing is my electronics. This is the heaviest thing in my Ditty bag. I have two wall chargers. This one's by Anker. You can put two USB-C and one USB-A in here at the same time. I've also added a plug for my iPhone, so that if I get to a spot that has an outlet, I can pretty much charge all of my equipment, all of my electronics at the same time without having to wait. I have a bunch of different cords. Some are special, like for my watch. There's one or two other that are special. I think for I haven't decided what headphones I'm taking, but one set of headphones has a special charger. I've got some adapters to convert from A to C and from C to A. And then I have my Anker charger. This is 20,000, I think. It has two charging ports right there. One's a mini and one's a C. And the outlet ports, you can charge two things at the same time, are both USB-A ports. Basically, I'm going to be able to charge my phone probably 5 or 6 times, which with the exception of one section of the trail in Maine, you're probably going to hit a town and be able to charge everything before that. So that is it. It seems like I have a lot of cords, and I do. The last time we were on the trail, I bought or brought a cord that had one plug, which was a USB-A, and then it had a C, a mini, and a lightning. But the problem was that you could only charge one thing at a time. So it ended up taking me longer when I got to town to get things charged. So I decided this time, and it's an increase in weight, to bring a charger pretty much for every piece of electronics. That's my watch, and that requires a special cord. My watch, my cell phone, obviously, my InReach. What else? My headlamp. My headlamp is a charging one. The headphones, depending upon which one I bring with me. The remote shutter for my camera. And I think that might be it. There may be one or two other things that have to be charged. But this is the heaviest thing. This probably weighs over a pound. But I think that's one of the things that's worth the wait. So that is it. Again, I still have some decisions to make. I have not decided which tent I'm going to use or which pack I'm going to use. I'm torn really between 2 excellent tents and 2 excellent packs. But I'll make that decision in the next day or so. I think probably after this weekend, I'm going to do a day hike loaded to the brim with each pack, and then make a decision. And the tent, I will just have to go with my intuition on that. I think I know which way I'm leaning, but I'll wait until I actually make that decision. If you have any questions, please drop me a line. I would appreciate it if you would give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And again, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe. Take care, and I will see you on the trail.